Undead Unluck. And with that, I'm going to pass this one over to Joe.
Undead Unluck, chapter number 238. 1. That's the name of the chapter.
1.
So Luna's like, in my final moments, this is what I wish to see, which is for them, the Negators, to design the world however they like. By the way, last week they defeated God. Luna wished all the Negators victorious. They turned all the Umas and they transform them into laws, so they're not like living creatures anymore, so they're just laws of the land. And what Luna's doing is allowing them to pick and choose which laws they want to have included in the world. So basically Andy comes to the same conclusion as I guess what everybody else pretty much agrees on, which is that the world is like fine as it is, right? Like we just keep it. Billy brings up a good point. He says, true, there's still some dangerous stuff lingering around, like war, but I imagine things would go south without rules that deal with fighting and strife, which we went over a bunch of chapters ago, but it was a really good point about how, like, there's a difference between war and just, murdering and suffering or whatever, or genocide. It's about creating rules and a standard, to work towards. Anyway, so they all start going back and forth about are there some umas maybe, I mean, like some laws maybe we don't want to include, and some even think about like, damn, like we killed an important like uma, like the fall uma. So it's like, is there gonna be no fall? And Nico starts to think about how like, we could make other laws so that like we can replicate like the seasons or whatever. So, nice little banter between all the Negators. And then Julia gets everyone's attention and she's like, look, as of today, the union is disbanded. Thank you everybody. We did what we were supposed to do, and from here on out, I want y'all to live your lives. All right. Then they all look towards Fuko, and they're just like, damn, like, is there nothing we could do about her memories? But there's nothing that can be done at the moment. And it's just like, look, I've got just the plan in store, so go ahead and leave her to me. All right. All y'all could chill. Just do what you want to do in your life, and we'll see each other when we see each other. Catch y'all on the flip side, or wherever your dreams may take you. So that was really nice. They all leave, and it's just Fuko and Andy remaining, and he's like, all right, I guess we should get going too. And she's like, where the fuck are we going? She's like terrified because she's with this complete stranger, right? It's pretty funny and really creepy, but I guess Fuko's passive enough to just kind of go with it. So like Annie's like, I want to take you like to where we kick things off, so like the beginning of the series. But they're not the only ones that went there, because we see your boy Soul, and he's there with a cool outfit on and a black hat. Chris and or Brian really likes this character design.
Me?
Who?
Chris and
Soul?
or Brian.
I mean, I don't like it particularly.
No? Yeah, me neither, really. Brian?
It's like it's well drawn.
I was wrong.
As like a...
Yeah.
But I'm not like,
it's not JoJo's?
No, I wouldn't say this is JoJo's at all.
Are you talking about Soul?
He is talking about Soul.
Yeah, he's kind of basic.
Yeah, I mean, it looks like a guy.
Kind of looks like an art snob, really.
Okay.
What did you think this was like JoJo? Because JoJo's is way more exaggerated.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're right.
JoJo's, it would be him pulling his fucking shirt out for some reason while standing up here and posing.
He would have been standing like at
would have had like he would have had like 12 chain wallets.
It would have been no way you could have missed it. So yeah, they see Soul there. Andy pulls up to him, and they're on this bridge, which is again where the series started with Fuko. No, Andy. Who? Yeah, Andy was there, like about to commit suicide, and Fuko like runs into him or something like that.
No, it was
I
Fuko. It was the
believe
other way
that's how.
around. Fuko was going to commit suicide at the beginning, and then Andy saved her.
Oh shit! And that's why he was like, "Oh, sick! I'm trying to kill myself too." All right, wow, damn. Maybe I'll read Undead Unluck again too. So anyway, and he's talking to Soul, and he's like, um, basically, he kind of knew he was gonna be there. He was like, if I was in your shoes, I'd be there too. We were both giving it our all, so it only makes sense you'd want to know, right? Why you lost, where it all went wrong. he said you wanted to see our origin point to retrace your steps and see how you fucked up.
Yeah.
Andy's funny for that. Soul's just like glaring at him like, all right, man.
Come
You
on,
got
dude.
it. Jeez. And Annie's like, yeah, I could tell. Like when I sliced Sun, I felt like I didn't hit you. I could feel those things. Trust. And Soul's just like, bro, what do you want, man? And he's like, look, like you know what I'm here for. Give her back her memories. He's talking about Fuko. You can do that, right? He's like, oh, what makes you think I could do that? It's like his memories are part of the soul, bro. So, we used the artifact and stop being a fucking asshole, bro. You lost. And you want to see us be happy. You know you a fan. So, that's why you survived, right? To take a critical look at the world we're going to create and see how it differs from Luna and the Suns. And yeah, that's what Luna was basically saying to Soul. She's like, I want you to teach them. They'll be working according to the laws they selected. So Luna left him to help out. So Soul bounces from the bridge, and then we see another guy, and it's
Unruin.
Ruin. Yeah. And it's crazy because Soul is like, bro, where'd you come from? Weren't you in space?
And he was like, I was, but then
Yeah.
we got canceled, I guess. So I'm here now.
Yeah. All right. Yeah, that was pretty hilarious. Actually, I'm looking for the exact bubble when he says that. He says, I'm surprised you managed to make it back. You were in space, weren't you? And he's like, I collided with you. Like with that when the asteroids it said you remember during Unluck's meteor shower. Oh, he came from space on one of those asteroids. And yeah, I guess was on the planet and did not join the fight because they were canceled. And he says he got affected by Remember too, which was interesting. I guess it affects all the negators no matter what. But Soul was like, man, they totally got us, right? So they just go back and forth about how, like, they ass handed to them. I mean, Unruined basically goes on about like what his deal was a little bit before that about like how, he wanted to make people feel the way he felt, like how like everybody resented him. So he, well, they said the word he used was everyone wanted to negate him. So he wanted to negate the world. And that's what God was trying to do. So that's why he took their side. But, he's going to be better than that now. And in this new world, he's going to do things like he says he'll seek out guys who are fed up with this world as I am and tell them to knock it off, or you'll get sent into space for a known amount of time. So I was like, I see. Help out. I'll make sure no one complains. This world has been validated by Fuko and Andy. And Fuko's like, oh, it's dangerous, Andy. Since you're not undead anymore. Which I remember. I was like, oh, yeah, he's not undead. That's the end of the chapter. He's like, welcome back. And it's nice. Fuko has her memories. Thank God. All right. Brian, what were your serious thoughts about this chapter?
All right. It was an okay chapter. But what was the point of Fuko losing her memories? Really? What was actually the point? Because it's like, I thought it was, I think personally, the message would have been more endearing that love triumphs through all. And even if like you took away the memories, they were just going to build new ones and kind of forge, like, forge the same bond again. You know what I mean? Like, even though there was a sacrifice, it's, the sacrifice is meaningless because the love will always still be there.
Mm-hmm.
But they kind of just immediately went, "Hey, give it back to her," and then he went, "Okay." That's pretty, like, literally like one chapter after.
Yeah.
So it's like, I know the series is about to end soon, but it's kind of, it feel like the weight of her losing her memories is completely null and void. Like, it would have been cool for it to be like, you know, them seeking out Fuko and kind of rebuilding that bond with her, uh and kind of integrating themselves into her life in different ways. I know it was like, that's not something that they would be able to flesh out completely, but they could just show like everybody visiting her or talking to her, or her and Andy forging a new relationship and stuff like that. You know what I mean? Like, I feel like that would have been a better ending than, you know, it feels like this is kind of a cop out. And take it kind of takes away a little bit from Undead Unluck's message. You know what I mean? But you know, series is ending soon. So it's, I guess it's fine that he did it this way, but I don't know. I personally was a little bit of bum, like, on the rocks about that. But it came back. We were wondering where the fuck he was.
Yeah.
There he is.
By the way, I didn't forget about him.
Oh, I'm around.
But yeah, those are my thoughts. Like, that was the main thing for me, was Fuko's memory thing. But Chris, what are your thoughts?
Yeah, I agree with you, but at the same time, it's just kind of a casualty of being canceled. I fully expect that, although I do think that this is where it would have ended up. I feel like finding Soul again would have been its own little tiny epilogue arc. And, you know, finding him and, you know, making it an adventure that Fuko could connect with Andy on feels like that would have been the way to go. But when you're canceled, you only have a certain amount of chapters. And I'm sure that, like, since Undead Unluck has been going for some time, they gave him a bit more of a cushion than they would give other people. But it probably wasn't enough. I mean, you see how much they condensed into the final few chapters. So it is just like kind of a casualty of being canceled. And it's unfortunate because I think Brian's right. You know, like, obviously these would have been the better steps to take. And even, you know, Unruin being put in at the end here is just like more of a housekeeping thing than probably the way he wanted to reintroduce Unruin initially. So I give it a little bit of slack because, you know, we've literally probably only got one chapter of Undead Unluck left.
Yeah, I could expect a wedding next chapter.
Yeah, I fully expect the next chapter to be the last.
Yeah, same. I was actually gonna ask that. Like,
Yeah.
how sure are we about the next chapter being the last? But yeah.
Yeah, which is funny because I don't know why, but the thing that really, oddly enough, reassured me is that Yozakura family ended this week.
Oh, damn.
So I was like, oh, then it might be the end
Wow.
for Undead.
End of an era for Joe.
End of an era. I mean, you know, yeah, it's always interesting when a long running series.
I'm so genuinely happy we don't have to read it. I don't have to eat all that shit.
Well, you know, I never recommended it on that scale. I liked Yozakura family, but I wouldn't like. I'm not screaming from the rooftops. People have to go and run and read it. But that's neither here nor there. There's definitely a feeling of finality here, and it's just one of those things that's unfortunate when you cancel a series that, like, especially the one that's been going for as long as Undead has. But for new series to come in to Jump, series have to end. So it's probably like the big reason it's canceled overall. But so far, I mean, as far as these things kind of go, I thought that they did a good job. That Tozuka did a good job with this chapter. It felt organic enough. It felt like, I like the message and I like that, I like the conversation. It didn't feel like they were necessarily like sprinting here. There was definitely,
Yeah.
and I think like this goes to show for like page economy and just being able to stretch out like these moments on a page. This chapter was 22 pages and it felt like, it covered everything that this guy originally probably wanted to do. As best he could, given that he only has like a chapter or two left.
Real quick, fun fact. We were if Undead Unluck ends next week, it would be 2 days short of exactly 6 years since the series came out.
Oh wow.
Undead Unluck's been out for 6 years.
Yeah, it first released in 2019.
Damn.
So it's legit.
When did you start reading it?
Around chapter, I want to say, I have the exact chapter number. Hold on. You guys,
wasn't it part of?
right?
Wasn't it part of our like a Gravity Boys like thing?
I don't think
when we
so.
did our because we did our thing where we were reading like a bunch of Jump series, right? And Undead Unluck was on that rotation. Like it was on that.
It's possible.
Was
I
that
mean,
part of it? Nah, because Undead Unluck was already gone for a while.
yeah, Undead
That was a
Unluck had been
different
going
time.
for a while. And it was voted, and that's why we added it.
I think Samurai 8 ended up winning that.
I'm trying to find okay, there it is. Undead Unluck we started it in chapter 47. And here we are, 238. We've been following it for a long time.
Yeah, pretty interesting. Like that it ended literally 2 days shy of 6 years running.
It be that way sometimes. But those are all my thoughts. Josh, what did you think?
I really don't have much more to add other than yeah, I don't have much more to say that hasn't already been touched on. I'm not mad that Fuko got her memories back. I think this is just further obvious. I mean, evidence that it was canceled. There was plans. There's plans to string this out, probably make a whole nother arc out of it, but it is what it is, and I'm looking forward to the final chapter.
Yeah.
It is what it is.